Hello, I am Jess Reid and I live in Manchester. I've been here for about 4 years now, currently working as a digital designer for a company called Spectrum Brands. Whilst also over the last 2 years been running my own studio. I graduated in 2016, finished UWE, but stayed in Bristol for about a year after that. Did an internship at City ID and then started working for a record label called CHK One. I was creating like record sleeves, promo work for upcoming releases and redesigned their website while I was there. This then led on to me moving to Manchester, getting my current role as a digital designer. Started as a junior, I'm now a midweight there. I predominantly work on all digital campaigns for various different brands. Whilst also doing a lot of UX work, so whether it's web pages to go alongside the current campaigns or redesigns for some of the brands, and as well as product pages and things like that. The work really does vary there, but it does have the tendency to get a little corporate. Hence the decision to start my own studio to work alongside this. My main goal is to eventually move to be just working on the studio. So within the studio, I work on things that I feel like a bit more of a greater benefit, work that interests me the most. So working with like a lot of non-profit organisations, small charities and small businesses and stuff like that. I do quite a lot of work with a charity called Music Support, who provide help and support for people in the music industry affected by mental health and or addiction. There's also another really good charity in Manchester that I work quite closely with called Every Month. They're tackling period poverty across Greater Manchester, so helping out with any design needs that they need there as well. So I really loved studying at UWE, and I think it definitely shaped me into who I am as a designer now. The encouragement to push boundaries and explore topics as far as they'll possibly go. There's a heavy amount of teamwork, which is something that definitely sets you up for life in the working world. Understanding the subjects that you're designing for and researching in depth is fundamental, and I think that at the time you don't really understand how necessary a lot of what you're doing on the course really is. There is a certain level of like expectation and discipline that's fed into you over the 3 years that I feel when you leave you've got a process and a mindset that gives you a sense of like confidence going forward as a designer. In my final year, I definitely cemented myself as the type of designer that I wanted to be, which I think was really encouraged by the tutors. They've got so much time and support for you, and it is a really great environment to creatively grow in. I collaborated a lot with my friend Dan Shearer, looking into the refugee crisis at the time and how the British media were portraying it. This then led to my final piece being a big publication about the crisis, which I printed on waterproof paper and submerged into water to be exhibited. It's something that I'm definitely still proud of now, like 5 years later, it still sits in my portfolio. And even though leaving the course, I was very much into typography and print-based design, whereas now it's shifted over to more digital design. All of those processes and ways of working, they're still so relevant to my approach now. So yeah, I just think any advice I give to anyone would be to fully absorb yourself into every aspect of the course and just do everything, just have fun. So yeah, I've posted my webpage and Instagram previously in this chat, but I will pop it at the end again here. Thanks for joining me on this dog walk.